WMCD-TV and Kitchen Corner Studios present Morning Meeting with Mr. Mailbox and Mrs. McDonald.
Hi everybody, I'm so happy to be talking to you. I hope that you are happy to be watching this, and I hope that all is well with you. At our morning meetings, when we're in the classroom together, we're always really honest with each other when we talk during our morning meetings, and so I'm going to start with some honesty, and I'm going to let you know that I do not like not being at school. I don't like having to stay at my house, but I also know that there's a way to make that into a positive. There are so many smart people who are working so hard as I speak to help solve this problem in our country with the coronavirus right now. And one of the ways that they say we can help is by staying at home. And so actually that's how we can turn something that doesn't really make us happy into a good thing, because all of us are doing our part, and I'm happy that I can do that. This morning I want to start also, while we're kind of on a serious note, I want to share 3 things with you that are very, very important that I want to remind you to do every day while you're at home. And the first one says, read aloud to an adult at least 5 days a week. Practice fluency, try to sound out tricky words, and remember to use all the strategies we've learned. Remember, when you're reading aloud at home, read like you talk. The second thing I want to remind you, and this is so very important, guys, it is so important. I want you to practice neat handwriting every day. Each time you write a sentence, check it to make sure that you remembered to begin it with a capital letter and end it with a punctuation mark. It's so important. Every day when you're writing in your journals, I want you to practice your very, very neatest handwriting and edit your work. Check for capitals and punctuation marks. The third thing that I want you to remember to be doing every day while you're at home and we're not together at school is I want you to practice all your subtraction math facts at least 5 days a week. You can use your flashcards to do this at home. You can use the Flash to Pass Level 2 and Level 3 app to practice at home. And all of these suggestions, especially with the math, this is a suggestion that is made so that you can remember all of the things that we've learned together at school this year. Now, what I've really done is I've divided this little morning meeting up into segments. And the next segment is a segment that I have named Word Work. And so I'm going to get down on the floor for a second, and I want us to look at the letters E and A together for a minute, because the letters E and A come together this week in all of the spelling words in your spelling list. And when an E and an A come together in a word, most of the time, not all of the time, but most of the time, the sound that they make is represents the long E sound. So why don't we practice this morning? We'll do some of your spelling words from this week, and then we'll just do some silly words or just some other words that have the EA long E sound in them. So why don't we start with this word, and if you take the consonant letter B and put it in front of an EA that sounds like a long E, and add a consonant letter T to the end, you get the word. Let's sound it out together. B-eat, beat. Very good. You can take the T away. You can put an M there. And now our word is beam, beam. We can add an S to beam and make it beams, like the sun shone beams of light from the sky. We can take away the S. We can take away the M. Let's add a K. Let's add a K. Beak, beak. Now, let's take it to the next level. Let's add the letters C and H, which is a consonant digraph. Let's add the letter CH to the end. And now we've turned the letter beak, or the word beak, into beach, beach. We all love going to the beach. We can take the B away, and that leaves you with the word each. But let's put a P there. Let's put a P there. And the new word is, you got it. I heard you say it. Peach. Very good. Let's do a silly word. Let's do this word. Let's do each. Keach. Let's take the CH away and put a B there. Keeb. Keeb. That's just a silly word. But if you know that EA in this word stands for the long E sound, you can read it, whether it's a silly word or not. We could take the B away. We could put an M and have another silly word. Keem. Keem. All of those are words with the long E sound in them, spelled EA. And I want you to keep practicing those this week as you complete your spelling homework routine in your spelling notebook. And make sure when you're writing those words that you use your very neatest handwriting. I'm going to stand up and have a seat again because the next thing that I want to talk to you about, or the next segment of our morning meeting with Mr. Mailbox and me, the next segment is a segment that I call Let's Review. So as we spend more days at home, one of the things that is so important for all of you to do is to remember all of the amazing things that we've learned together in first grade this year. So the next little segment is called Let's Review. Let's talk about a word that we have learned this year. I'm going to start by writing the word on the board down here, and it's the word synonym. All right, there's the word synonym. And we worked on synonyms and we worked on antonyms a couple weeks ago. And today I thought it would be a good idea for us just to go back and review them separately first. And then after we've reviewed them separately, maybe we can do some practice with blending them together and letting you try to decide whether a group of words are synonyms or a group of words are antonyms. But for today, let's just see if we can, let's review what a synonym is. So a synonym is, see if you can think it before I write it. All right, here I go. A synonym is a group, or is, you know what, let me change that. A synonym is, or synonyms are, let's do synonyms are. I like that better. We'll go back to our blue. Synonyms are, you know what, actually I don't think we need that. Synonyms are words that have, I bet you're already thinking what I'm about to write, similar, or the same meanings. You remembered that, didn't you? I know you did. I know you did. So, synonyms are words that have similar or the same meanings. So why don't we play a little matching game? I've got some words here. I'm going to move them over onto the dry erase board, and I want you just to try to read them by yourself as I move them over. This word is the word scare. We have the word under. Try to read it before I do. We have this word, and if you have trouble with it, you could use your eagle eye reading strategy. Look at the picture. Got a little fella here. He looks like he may be in a little bit of trouble. There's a lifesaver above him, and this word is rescue. Good, I bet you already knew that one. And then we have this word, which is skinny, and the word sad. So our job this morning, or whenever you watch this, is to try to match the synonyms above with the pictures with these words. So let's start with, why don't we start with this word? Why don't we start with the word unhappy? So if you had to find a word above that meant the same thing as unhappy, which picture would you choose? I know you probably guessed it. The one I'm going with is sad. Yes, unhappy and sad have similar meanings. So let's try this word. This word is fright, and then the chunk word ten, frighten. So let's see if we can find the synonym for the word frighten. Coming up, do you think it's skinny? I don't think so. Under? Don't think so. How about scare? Let's try that one. Yes, scare and frighten are synonyms. All right, let's go back down to our list here. Let's try the word save. Synonym for the word save. It could be skinny, not skinny. Maybe it's under. Under and save, I don't think they mean the same thing. How about rescue? Let's try rescue. That's the one. Rescue and save are synonyms. They have similar meanings. Let's look at this one, below. Below. We have two choices left. We have skinny and we have under. So we're looking for a word that has a similar or same meaning as below. Yes, you're right. I knew you were going to get it. Below and under are synonyms, which leaves us with this word, thin. So thin must be, if we've done everything correctly, the synonym for skinny. Yes, we got those correct. All right, so this afternoon or this morning, whenever you watch this, I want you to remember that synonyms are words that have similar meanings. All right, I'm going to erase our dry erase board, and I'm going to move on to the segment in Morning Meeting with Miss McDonald and Mr. Mailbox. The segment that lets me open Mr. Mailbox. So I'm going to start by moving our synonyms over. I'm going to take these off, but we'll keep them in a safe place for next time. Move these over here. All right, so Mr. Mailbox's flag is up, and when we're in the classroom together, you know what that means. It means that he has something inside for us, so let's just see what he's got today. Hi, Mr. Mailbox.
Hello, everybody.
Oh my gosh, listen to you. I know you've been missing everyone. Let's see what you've got for us today. Oh my word. Oh, Mr. Mailbox, you are a mind reader. You are a mind reader. Mr. Mailbox knew that last week I was thinking about wanting to share Adjective Girl with you. And there she is. Adjective Girl is Noun Boy's sister. And in our classroom, we met Noun Boy when we learned that nouns can be the names of persons, places, or things. And we found out how to find nouns in sentences. So today, I want to share with you the very special way that Adjective Girl helps her brother Noun Boy. So why don't we just start with a very simple sentence. And I'm going to write on the board, probably right about here. I'm going to write a sentence, and the sentence is going to say, I see a butterfly. Now, we all know how to find the noun in that sentence, so let's go ahead and do that first. Find a word in that sentence that names a person, place, or thing. I know you were thinking butterfly, and you're correct. Very good. Now, there's only one problem with that sentence, and the problem with that sentence is that when a reader reads a sentence like that, they have no idea what to visualize in their heads because there are so many thousands of different kinds of butterflies. So in order to help your reader visualize what you're thinking or what you're writing about, you can add adjectives that describe your nouns and help your readers make pictures. So let's add an adjective to this sentence. Instead of saying I see a butterfly, why don't we say I see, we'll start simple, let's add a color word, yellow butterfly. There you go. Now we've got an adjective in there And that adjective, squeeze it in by noun girl's leg, that adjective, here's our noun. So now when someone reads that sentence, in their mind, they can visualize a yellow butterfly. And yellow is an adjective. That's how Adjective Girl helps her brother, Noun Boy. She describes his nouns. So let's practice with a couple more. Let's take yellow away. Doesn't have to be a yellow butterfly. It could be a tiny butterfly. That would help our readers visualize what kind of butterfly we're talking about. A tiny butterfly. We can take that out and we could change it to a different adjective. We could say, I see a spotted butterfly. Wow, that really makes a visualization in my head. I can see that, a spotted butterfly. Spotted is the adjective that describes butterfly. And you can do this with any other things that you're thinking about. Like if you wrote a sentence that said, I ate a cookie. If you wanted to help your reader visualize what kind of cookie you are eating, you can say, I ate a crunchy cookie, or I ate a chocolate cookie, or I ate a peanut butter cookie, or I ate a round cookie. So all of those are words that are adjectives that can describe your noun cookie. So what do I want you to do with this? So this week, as you're writing in your journals, or you're writing sentences with your spelling words, I want you to use some adjectives to describe the nouns that you write in your sentences. And that will be a really great way for you to put this knowledge that I've just shared with you into action. It's come to the time of our morning meeting with Mr. Mailbox and Mrs. McDonald. It's time for us to say, see you soon. I hope you've enjoyed the time we spent together today. I know I certainly have. I want to thank Mr. Mark for being my camera person and for helping make this happen. If you need me for anything, you may have Mom email me. I hope you've joined our Google Classroom, which is going to have a lot of great things in it. And I love you all. See you soon. Bye.